Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So I recently bought this Parkside Sharpening station from Lidl supermarket here in the UK. It's designed to help you to sharpen things such as chisels, knives, drill bits and scissors. So in this video I'll be doing an unboxing, testing and a review of this tool. Right, so here it is, the Parkside Sharpening station. The model is PSS 65D1. It's got a 3-year warranty. It says on the box, fast and easy sharpening of blades, drill bits and chisels. So chisel blade widths then, 6 to 51mm. So basically pretty much all chisels are covered here. Knives, scissors, blade thickness is 0.5 to 3.5mm. Grinding wheel, 49.5mm. Twist drill bits, 3 to 10mm. So it does 3 to 10mm drill bits, and the grinding angle for the chisels goes from 15 degrees to 50 degrees. So again, you're covered there with the chisels. And it also has a spare grinding wheel as well. I was thinking when I bought this, where'd you get the spares from? I don't know, I've not researched that. So if anybody knows, please let us know in the comments. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, for now you get one on the machine and a spare one. So let's open up the box and take a look inside. So in the box you get the manual, you get your spare grinding wheel or disc. There's the attachment for the drill bits. There's the attachment for the chisels. And then the attachment for scissors and knives was already on the machine here. I believe you can slot these on the sides of the machine for storage, yeah. Just like that, just to keep them in one place. When you're not using them. And then the attachment that you want to use goes on the front here. So there's a little lever here to stop it moving. That comes out. And the attachments just slide on. So pretty simple machine, on and off switch. Grinding wheel is here. Some kind of safety mechanism to make sure that you can't turn the machine on without an attachment added, which is good. I'll put the knife attachment on for now. That holds in nice and firm. That's about it really. It's got 4 holes in the base to mount it to a desk. I don't want to do that, but I do want to put it on a small wooden base just to keep it still. When I'm using it, I don't want it moving around too much. So I'll get it on a base and then we will give it a test. So first impressions are good. It's light, but it's not super light. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's got rubber feet on the bottom. The cable looks long enough, no problem there. And yeah, for the price, looks good. Always remember to put the safety glasses on. Right, so let's turn it on for the first time. Nice and quiet. So I've got a knife and I'm going to give it a sharpen, see how this goes. So for the knives then, what I've found is that you can get a newly ground edge on the knife, but it's very easy to get an inconsistent grind and mess up the edge of the knife. And I don't think this is a final process. I think it will need to be honed on a strop or on a fine knife sharpener to make it ready and sharp. It is sharp, but it's not as sharp as it could be, but this gets it ready for the final process. And I found that because of the attachment is plastic, for mine the right side of the grinding stone when using the attachment was quite good, but the left side wasn't too good. So you can see this is the right side when I was grinding away. That looks okay, but the left side, it kept grabbing the blade, and you can see it's kind of messed up that edge. We can regrind that down again, but when you're using this, I would recommend practicing with a couple of old knives first. So I've got a chisel here, and you can see it's all nibbled at the end and damaged, so I'm just going to regrind this primary bevel. So now I'm going to add a new primary bevel to a chisel, so I'm going to set the angle with this little knob here. You can loosen that off, and there's a little arrow here. Set it to the degree you want. I'm going to set it to 25 degrees and then lock it off. Okay. And then there's this sort of slide mechanism to go back and forth to grind the chisel, and there's a little magnet to keep everything nice and flat. Now I'm going to try and add a secondary bevel just to get all the chips off the end and get it ready for cutting, so I'm going to set that to 30 degrees. Right, so you can see I got most of the way up the primary bevel with the 25 degrees, and then I've added that 30 degree secondary bevel. I can definitely get this much cleaner on a diamond plate, but it does technically work. But you can see, if you look closely, there's sort of a slight round in the grind because it's a small wheel, so it's leaving a little bit of a dip. It's not a clean cut, it's a little bit dipped. On a bigger wheel that wouldn't be as noticeable, but it's a very small wheel, so you're going to get that on larger chisels. There's a burr along the edge, so it's doing its job. I'm just going to get that burr off and see how sharp the chisel is. I'll give it a very quick strop. Right, so I've just removed the burr off the end of the chisel. I haven't done anything else with it, so let's see if it can cut wood. Okay. Bearing in mind this was a completely blunt chisel with nicks in the end, it actually works. Now then, to set the drill bit into here, I've got a drill bit ready to go. Looks fiddly, it is fiddly. So what you do is you remove this top piece, take that out, and then add the drill bit, push it in, but don't tighten anything up at that stage, just leave it as it is. Then slot it into here. That's slotted in. So you want to push the drill bit up. There's a little groove in here. When it touches that groove, you know you're in the right spot. Then you can tighten it up. Once it's tight, this will now come out of here. I'll just give it a bit more of a tighten. That's it. Now you can slot it back into here. So you put it in, you do the one side first. Once you've done that, you can flip it over, put it back in and do the other side. So looking closely then, you can see I've put a new edge on the tip of this drill bit. Let's just see if it drills through some wood. Okay, so that is about it for this video then. So final conclusions, bearing in mind the price, it's a very cheap tool. It's not made for sort of professionals, it's a hobbyist tool. DIY somebody who needs to sharpen something on occasion and they're not using the tools on a daily basis. So bearing that in mind, and the fact that I haven't had any practice using it, so I'm not the best at using it, I think it's an okay little tool. Going forward, I'll probably stick to my own sharpening equipment, such as a bench grinder and diamond plates, things like that. But if you don't have those tools, one of these might be useful for you. So if you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.